John Deere has been working on autonomous vehicles and AI for a long time. You've had a real commitment to this technology. Tell me a little bit about the evolution. Where were you when you started, and where are we today?
Yeah, so we started in 2018, late 2018. We formed this group to work in autonomy. We were reusing a lot of things that we had already developed for other products in automation, like cameras and very fast processors. We had an amazing GPS that Deere had been selling for a while. The tractor had a lot of capabilities, including the ability to steer that we had been commercializing as a product called AutoTrack. So we had a number of technologies, displays, and advanced technologies that we were already selling that we had to build on. And what we've been doing is adding this ability to detect obstacles, as I was saying. And for that, we use cameras, we use very fast processors, we use machine learning, we train the algorithms with images, and we try to detect anything that is approaching the vehicle. We're very good at detecting anything that is approaching and it's in the path of the vehicle. I can go more into the technology, but we use multiple cameras. We look at things from different angles, so we have kind of a stereo approach that allows us to look at depth and place things where they are. We use a lot of the same technology in machine learning, convolutional neural networks that allow us to detect objects that are in our path. And now, over this last years, we've progressed from starting the team to having a team of over 100 people dedicated to solving this problem. And we now have units that are in customers. We had a number of units with customers that were testing this system today, and I would say that today it's working and leaving this test customers very satisfied. We're in the stage of continuing to increase our operational domain, making it operate in more areas, more applications, more tillage tools, and we're getting pretty close to commercializing it in an open way for everybody.
How widely deployed are your autonomous fleets, and what percentage of the uh, uh, vehicles and I assume it's not just tractors or harvesters, but what percentage of the vehicles that are deployed are autonomous?
Yes, so we're starting with an operation called tillage. This is done by tractors pulling something called a tillage implement. Tillage is about preparing the land. So that's where we're starting. I don't have the exact numbers, but we sell thousands of tractors, and we have I'll call it tens of units in test. So it's a very percentage-wise, it's a very small percentage, less than 1%. But I think what you're going to be seeing is a rapid acceleration once we fully release it, and I expect that to be pretty soon, where we started releasing it. We're going to start in North America, but anyhow, after that, going worldwide.
Farming is a pretty human operation. It really requires uh, stewards of the land who have a deep understanding of their particular land and their region's land. How closely do you work with farmers and other landowners?
Yeah, very, very close. You're absolutely right. And the way that our system works is that the farmer is always in control, right? The farmer takes the machine to the field. So the farmer drives it in public roads and whatnot, and takes the vehicle to the field and decides, hey, this is the field I'm going to be tilling. I'm going to be working today, and the farmer gets out of the vehicle, gets to a distance, swipes right, and the vehicle goes and does the job. Everything is under the command of the farmer. The farmer can, however, also go and do something else. This is not one of these. You have to have your hands in the steering wheel and ready to be take command over. This is a go and do something else. And the point that you were making is a very good one, which is farming is still a very human operation, right? Farmers like farming. but the when I talk with farmers, a lot of the feedback I get is that labor uh, crunch times, right? When they have to do this operation called tillage, they're trying to harvest, they're trying to transport grain, they're trying to dry grain, and there's too many things to get done. And when I asked a farmer, I remember this, one of our early testers, how will you use this technology? What does this technology do for you? His answer was, well, that means that during harvest time, I'll be able to have more dinners with my family, right? These are things that during during harvesting, he's working 15 hours a day, 20 hours a day, and it's really hard, really intense period, and this can really help farmers get the job done.
We hear about uh, sensors that are built into just traditional automobiles, right? My Subaru might have 10 or a dozen sensors on it. A self-driving car, an automated car might have twice as many sensors on it. How many sensors and what type of sensors are deployed on uh, your fleet, and how does it interoperate with the cloud, especially in rural places where the cloud might not be an option or connectivity might not be an option?
Yeah, great questions. So there's a number of sensors that we have been installing in machines for a very long time that have to do everything from operating the vehicle to, I don't know, engine sensors, CAN bus, implement, and whatnot. So excluding those, we have sensors for guidance, GPS. We use this very precise GPS called RTK, real-time kinematic corrections, that allows us to know where the vehicle is within an inch or two, and we're able to very precisely guide the vehicle down a path using GPS. We have steering angle sensors, we have braking sensors, we have things to control the vehicle itself. And then we have obstacle detection sensors, and a lot of those are based in cameras. Today, we're using 6 stereo pairs that we're seeing in front, kind of in front, but to the side, in the back to the sides, and into the full back. So we create a 360 perimeter around the vehicle that can detect any obstacle that might be in our path. And because we're using stereo pairs, we're able to look at the distance to every object using, similar to your eyes, they use parallax. We can detect depth and distance from the obstacle, so we can tell if this obstacle is in our path or not in our path. Is it close, or is it still far away? And when we find an obstacle that is in our path, what we do is we stop.
Uh, how are you adapting to climate change? I would imagine all of this data also helps you better understand how the environment is changing, and to that end, how crops are changing, or the yield on crops are changing. So, how does all this data help you adapt to climate change?
Yeah, that's right. The machines that John Deere produces, and this goes beyond the autonomous machines, but in general, the machines that John Deere produces are really big at helping farmers collect data. The farmers can have data about their planting, their spraying, their harvesting. They can know where the land is yielding more, where the land is yielding less. They can, with that information, they can then feedback that information into, for example, planting. Hey, I'll put more seed here because this area has been really good at yields. Put less seed here because I know that area doesn't get much rain. It's, I don't know, top of the hill. It's a little bit drier. So they can do things to allow them to farm, and that is all based on data that the machines are capable of collecting. The farmer gets all this data in what we call the John Deere Operations Center, and the farmer together with his or her advisor that they can enroll to help can make decisions to increase yields, to adapt to climate change, or adapt to challenging conditions.
Last question for you. You noted that you've been working on AI since 2018, and since then, we've kind of seen this explosion of
Yeah.
generative artificial intelligence or stuff that AI that creates content. But in the broader AI world, it is changing business, changing jobs, changing the reality that a lot of companies operate in. So tell me about uh, the next, maybe you can forecast ahead the next 18, 36 months. Is this taking the jobs of farmers? Is this are you sharing the technology? Are you working with the broader AI ecosystem? Tell me about your take on jobs and AI in the near future.
Yeah, yeah, perfect. That's a great question. So let me maybe start by giving you a little bit of background. I came to John Deere through an acquisition in 2017. I was the founder of and CEO of Blue River Technology. I started the company together with another individual in 2011, and we started it when we were at Stanford, and machine learning and AI were just at its infancy. So been following this technology for a while. This is before there were self-driving cars or Waymo had started working on self-driving cars. It it it's been amazing to see the capabilities grow. Right, a lot of early AI was used for things like spam filters or I don't know, better ad placement. And when we were starting this company, we thought we really can do more things like that using AI in robotics. Giving machines eyes and brains is much better use case than again spam filters or using AI for those things. And we're convinced of that. We can really help increase productivity of farmers. Right, be able to do more in less time. Imagine a farmer that uses this technology that overnight, 24 hours a day autonomy, instead of I don't know, not stopping during the night, just stopping to sleep. The machine can get the job done, which is very important as climate change comes, and planting windows, is what they're called, shorten. The times where you can plant are super important. We can really help there. So we can help on productivity, we can help on profitability, we can use inputs more efficiently, and we can increase sustainability. And we think that all farmers have great appetite for solutions that do that help them do more, increase their bottom line, and increase the sustainability of their operations. As you said, farmers are stewards of the land. They care deeply. They in many cases inherited that land from generations, and they want to pass it to generations. So taking care of the land, making sure that they're using only the inputs, only the chemicals that they need to, is very important for them.